Hi everyone, this is Diane. This is going to be a pieced together video because I had two small videos. I did a video showing the craft booth where I bought some stamps and some dies in the last year at this. It's a antique store, but it's a vendor store. So it's divided into vendor sections and booths. And one booth is a craft booth. A woman bought storage shed, I guess, of a lady's craft supplies who didn't want to do crafting anymore. And this lady bought all of it. And so she is renting a booth at this antique store and has stuffed all of these things. She keeps replenishing with more, but it always looks stuffed when I'm there. And anyway, I have bought quite a bit. The first couple of times I went, I got a lot. Now, you really have to dig to find things. I don't know when she adds more to it, I don't know where the new stuff is. And there's just so much to look at. So I usually just kind of browse. If I find something, I find something and I bring it home. So this particular day, I just bought one item. And I'll show you that too. But in addition to showing you that, we're going to check out my Swan supplies so I can make Swan journals next. I didn't have a lot of supplies, so that didn't take long to do. And so I'm putting these two videos together. So first, the Swan supplies, and then you'll get to see the craft booth. I'm just trying to decide. Maybe I want to do the craft booth first because that's a five-minute video. Yeah, we'll do the craft booth first, and then we'll do the Swan journal supplies. So I will see you shortly. Basket after basket stuffed full of stamps, dies, and many other things. They're Stampin' Up! And all kinds of other stamps. There are some wood block stamps. Just so much to look at. It's very hard to shop because there's just so much. Some little things on top. This is a Sizzix Texture Boutique. And a Xyron. And this all came from one lady's stash. So this is where I've gotten a lot of Spellbinders dies. So on this side that I've been showing you is mostly dies and stamps. And then we have a pile of paper. There's another Sizzix right there. And a pile of paper. Very difficult to shop through that. There's more paper there. More paper, and they're just loose papers. And some cardstock. And there are basins of punches and powders, glitters, and inks. this section, there are tons of paper napkins, and she charges $1 for each napkin. All of those are napkins. And more napkins there. And the rest of these baskets are miscellaneous things. Quote books. Dotting tools. Stickers. Some tapes. Some stencils. There's a carry-along unit. Some Stampers Anonymous. There's some Tim Holtz stuff in here. Some trims. I don't think I'm going to be shopping stickers for things today. I just don't want to take the time. What are these? Oh, got some dies. Steaks. Mushrooms. Movers and shakers. So now you can see where I've been shopping. I am going to go next door to the thrift store though and see what they have. So I hope you enjoyed this little visit. Hi everyone, this is Diane. I don't know how long this video will be, probably not very long, because I want to look at my Swan journal supplies, and this is not a very big package of supplies. I wanted to know what I would use for a cover, and I wonder if there's a clue in here, something I can use for a cover. So I'm not sure if I'm going to attach this to another very short video that I made today of that craft booth. I told you I would video the craft booth, and I stopped in there today and I only bought one thing, and so there is a video of that, and I'm speaking very quietly on it because there were quite a few people in the store when I was there. And if I decide to attach these two together, I will show you the one thing that I bought at the end of the tour, the tour of the craft booth. So right now, let's look at the swans. If I don't attach these two videos together, that will just be a separate video. You will see the craft booth. Looks like most of these things were taken from books. I do have this one stamp, which is so beautiful. I also have Cricut cartridges that I can cut Swan things with. And someone requested a video where I show my Cricut cartridges. So I might do that and make some Swan things. I can make Swan tags and some other stuff with Swan images. So that might be a video that's coming up. We'll see. So we just have some Swan images cut from children's books. Look at that pretty one. There's a small one here. Trumpet of the Swan. And there's just this little one here. Ooh, we have an antique postcard, birthday postcard, with some swans and a little pond. To Grandpa from Edwin Burden. What a pretty card. Ooh, washi tape. I put this, somebody sent this to me. That's cool. I like all these washi tapes, but I put it in here just because there's a swan on it. So yay, I get to use that. Beautiful front of a birthday card. Some more images from children's books. That's pretty. The Wild Swans at Cool by William Butler Yeats. This, I think, is an illustration from The Ugly Duckling. Yes, this is the book I got that it was in Italian. Some more swans. Yep, that's from The Ugly Duckling. Ooh, I forgot I had these. These came with those appliques that I bought. They had a whole bunch of owls. There were also some swans. I'm not sure about the color of these. They might not go with the colors I want to use in a swan journal, but we'll see. Sorry, I am so tired today. This is a digital. Has a swan on it. I used some pages from this book in my faith journals because this book had these beautiful illustrations and then poetry and scripture. This one is just poetry, but there's a picture of a swan and more swans. This is an iron-on transfer. He looks angry. Here is how to make a hand shadow of a swan. Another postcard. So I was wondering if I might have a card or something that could be a focal point on a cover. Maybe that one, maybe this. That's a digital stamp. Feels like there's two there, but I guess not. And this is a game tile. It's kind of thick, vintage. Another illustration. This is Swan soap. Oh, it's a swan charm. I couldn't see it at first. I thought, what is that in there for? And then I realized it's not just a little heart. It is two swans and their necks form a heart. Isn't that pretty? I wonder if somebody sent that to me. I don't remember buying it, and I don't remember having this bag. So this probably came in a Happy Mail. Some more pretty digitals. These are the colors I would want to use in a swan journal. So, I don't know. Some real pretty digitals. There is a Mrs. Coggs image with some swans. I had made a piece of ephemera with this. Some more digitals. I wonder if these are Sam Poole, but I'm not sure. I don't know. I didn't remember buying these. So it's a good thing I printed them. That's pretty. So any of those could be a focal point. There's another antique postcard, and it does have scripture on it. And I knew I had a large card in here, so I was thinking this might be a focal point, but I don't know if I can do that. I didn't realize it was a trifold. It's so pretty though. I think I paid quite a bit for this. Oh, $3 from the 1960s. $3 for this one card. I'll have to figure out how to use it. And some decals. I'm not sure what this came out of. There's a swan there. The trumpeter family. And I put this in here because I thought it must have thought it would go really nicely in a swan journal. And if that's what I thought, I still think that. That's beautiful, and it looks kind of feathery and graceful and long-necked like a swan. This must be the ugly duckling, maybe, I don't know. But maybe it's just a baby swan admiring its mother. So I think somebody sent these to me, and it's probably been a long time, but here is a dictionary page with the swan entry highlighted. So I'm pretty sure probably this too were all sent to me, and this paper with the baby sleeping on a swan. This is from a beautiful children's book. I love the pictures in this book. They're so cute. Oh, look at that swan. Such a cute book. And this is an antique piece from a magazine. And a beautiful Edwardian lady with some swans behind her. And this doesn't have a picture of a swan, but the song is Swan's Song. Poem by Sarah Teasdale. So, what would I use for a cover? I was thinking I might make a fabric cover and put an illustration on the front. So I don't want anything too fragile because I won't Mod Podge it, and the fabric would move and bend and it would crack something fragile. Although I could cover a hardback book with this and put a swan focal point on the front. This could be a book cover. But how? I could glue it together so it's just one piece and put that on the cover of a book. But then you don't see any of this. So I think what I'll do with this is make a book cover and adhere this to the front. And I would have to have some way to keep this from opening. So a little clasp, a sliding clasp here or here to hold it in place. And maybe I would glue a heart here to cover up the Valentine message. And I would probably cover this Valentine message as well. But that would be a pretty cover image, wouldn't it? That's a possibility. I'm not going to be starting on these journals like today or tomorrow, so that'll give me some time to think. If I did a fabric cover, I could put this, it's vintage, but it's not fragile. I could put this on the front. I am going to go look for some fabrics that I think would be pretty on a swan journal. So I'll be right back to show you what I found. Okay, I grabbed more than I would use. I grabbed pieces that wouldn't work, but I just took a stack so I wouldn't be away so long. So it took me a while to gather these things. So I have a lot of pinks and blues that I think are the right colors for my Swan journals. And if I do a fabric cover, I would do a patchwork look. So I could use small pieces of these. And I even found this. It's an upholstery fabric that I've had for a long time. Got it at the flea market on a tube. And I don't know how I would use this. Maybe put it on the back. But that's a possibility for something unique. And this, doesn't have holes in it, but it looks like an eyelet embroidery on it, and it's pretty sheer. I grabbed this stack of layer cake fabrics because there are some in here that I liked. I was thinking about these, so I don't know. I think they're a little too bright though. I really like those needlepoint looking fabrics. I think that's from a Kathy Holden collection, but I am not sure. So there's a pink gingham, but I love this shade of blue. That's the shade of blue I want. So I'll leave these out. I love these. This is very shabby chic. I guess that's the look I'm going for with the Swan journals, a shabby chic look. But I think I have enough fabrics without getting into these. I'll save those for something else. Same with these, more shabby chic. Maybe this one. I like the blues. I don't know about the red. I'll pick it out and maybe. That's pretty. Yeah, this is a Kathy Holden set. Okay, I think I have plenty, and I have this white tulle. It's a soft netting with dotted Swiss on it. Flocked polka dots. So this gives me something to think about what I will do for a cover. Could be a little tricky figuring it out. Let me look again at this. I just want to leave this built the way it is, I think. And this would be a pretty big cover. So I could do a hardcover maybe for this. And a fabric cover. And put even one of these digital, or this card or a digital on the front of a fabric cover. Or it doesn't have to have a swan image. It could just have the colors of these shabby chic pieces. But everything isn't pink and teal like that. This one would go with pink and teal. Most of them would. I just love swan images. Okay, I think, let's see, we're at 21 minutes, and I'm going to delete the minutes that I was off looking for fabric. So I think that I will attach the footage of the craft booth. So I'll show you what I bought there. I showed you the baskets of supplies that were there at the craft booth, and on the floor they were in cubbies, but then there were some baskets on the floor also, wooden stamps, and this was in that. After I stopped the video, I just took a quick look at the wooden stamps. These are Stampin' Up. And purple means that they were a hostess award. So you had to earn or sell so much in merchandise if you were the hostess of a Stampin' Up demonstration. And you could select this as your hostess gift. So that's what the purple indicates. And I do have some stamps that have purple on them because I was a hostess for Stampin' Up many times. My friends and I all took turns hosting. But I just thought these were very cute and cheery, and it was $5 for the set. And I debated on whether I wanted to bring home some more stamps, but ultimately you can see what the answer was. They're just cute, right? I could just stamp them on like a Golden Book journal or something like that, or stamp them and cut them out and use them as little ephemera to make collages with, or to make small pieces of ephemera. So that's what I got, and now I'll show you the craft booth. And as I said, I was speaking quietly, so I hope you'll be able to hear it.